Today I am taking a casual gravel ride through the ancient Epping Forest. Nothing too crazy, some rolling hills, some old oaks, plenty of hikers and wildlife. Seeing the kids doing their Duke of Edinburgh award, which if you don't know in the UK is an award set up by the late Prince Philip to encourage youngsters to go wild camping, use map-based navigation to do multiple day treks. Something that I did when I was in school, and I was expecting to hate it. But it was probably the most eye-opening, enjoyable thing that I ever did in school. And it changed me forever. It got me thinking about all that time since then. Over 10 years has passed, and it feels like a lifetime. 10 years. It feels like the blink of an eye, and yet somehow a lifetime. To get where you are now, you've had to move through fear, through heartbreak, through the hard stuff. There were days where you couldn't see the light, and still somehow it was always there. Even when the future felt far away, even when you didn't feel ready, you kept reaching. And with every step, something old fell away. An outdated belief, a version of yourself that no longer fit. Something had to break. Something truer could then grow. And it did. You did. Letting go of who you thought you were, who you were supposed to be, wasn't simple. But in the letting go, you found space for stillness, for honesty, for something deeper. 10 years. 10 years of mornings, of moments, of breath after breath, each one a small miracle. If you stop now just for a second, you can feel it. You didn't need perfect timing, you needed only this to begin where you were. And you did, again and again. And one day, maybe it's today, the sun will feel warmer, the laughter louder, and the simplest of joys, the coffee, the sunlight, the music, will feel like a treasure. You will feel that rhythm returning. The steady pulse of life moving through you, one breath, one step, one moment at a time.
You're used to having black or blue days, a victim that's trapped in a haze. But you could be happy, I know. But you're holding on to what used to be.
You didn't fall behind, you didn't break, you became. And it gets better. And it has been getting better, even when you didn't realise. A decade ago, you may have been chasing light, wanting to feel whole, healed, better. But growth didn't come from the light alone. It came from facing the dark, from meeting the parts of yourself you'd hidden, the fear, the shame, the pain no one else saw. True healing wasn't about escape, it was about integration, becoming whole, not being flawless, but being fully you. The key was always joy. What did you do as a child that made the hours pass like minutes? You may not have thought about it in years, but that's where the clues were hiding. Back then, time didn't race, it disappeared. When you were drawing, dancing, daydreaming, playing in the dirt, out on a bike, the joy wasn't random, it was a message, it was your essence. And even now, 10 years later, it still knows the way. If you want to come home to yourself, don't just seek the light, learn to see in the dark and listen to the voice you had before the world got loud. That child is still with you. And in the space between memory and motion, between stillness and wonder, you just might remember who you are.
If we search the pieces, would we be bitter, humble? It's not